On me! Dead!
40! Basket!
On me! Right here! Dead! Let's go, baby!
He's moving forward, forcing the placement. Tayson on all walls, but he sees everything through. Finds it! A big match!
Tayson has won 5 FNCS, and he has amassed over $1.1 million in online earning, making him one of the best players of all time. His first tracks on the internet were seen in August 2018 in Twitch, where he made his first Twitch stream to a respectable 11 average viewers, and for the time he was an above average player. He played the first online tournaments, but he didn't see much success until he played the Fortnite Duo World Cup warm-up, where he made his first official earnings. During this time, he made earnings 8 more times, both in solo and duos, where he earned over $2,000 just from the qualifiers, but he failed to qual for the World Cup finals. But the first FNCS was just around the corner, taking place in Season 10, with one of the most skilled metas ever.
Watch
out on your side.
Yeah, watch your side. Yeah. Getting Max! He's the Max tarping in! He's tarping it in!
Okay, maybe not, but he failed to qualify for grand finals, but he still made a lot of money from the cash caps and the qualifiers. Going to Chapter 2, Season 1, the FNCS game mode was squads, and after a disappointing performance in last FNCS, this time he will make the hits, but he will miss out of grand finals by 1 place. Forwarding into Season 2, Duo FNCS and Solo Invitational was announced, and Tayson grinded harder than ever, playing every custom he could in order to get as much experience as possible. For this FNCS, he decided to pick up Giannis, and they ended up winning the FNCS warm-up, so they were confident going into FNCS. They qualified for the heats, and after winning 3 out of the 6 games in their heat, they got their spot in the grand finals, making it the first one of many. However, he did not do too well, placing in 33rd, but the invitationals were not too long after, so he prepared as much as he could, placing 5th in week 2 and making his second grand finals. And with his classic playstyle of relying on consistency instead of pop-off games, he placed 5th in the grand finals, making him over 50 grand. So going into Season 3, it was announced that the main game mode would be solos, and Tayson did not stop the grind. And after dominating and winning his hit once again, he got his spot secured at these grand finals, and he wanted to demonstrate what he was capable of. After dominating the finals, he would win and walk away with over 80 grand. Going into Season 4, the game mode would change once again, this time being trios, and after his impressive performance last season, he ended up being picked up by Mongrel and Metro, creating one of the most unique teams Fortnite has ever seen.
Bro, Tayson, we're not hearing many comms from the little IGL dude.
I don't know what's going on.
Oh, what are you guys doing, man?
What are you doing? I need some comms though.
Ran away without even saying anything.
Yeah.
And even though Tayson was not happy with the trolling, they were doing really well, placing 7th, 3rd and 11th in the qualifiers, making it to the heats, placing 4th. During this season, they were landing in one of the best spots Fortnite has ever seen, Stark Industries, where they would get the best loot out of the whole lobby. And with the insane fight skills of Mongrel and Metro, this was their opportunity to get Tayson his second FNCS title.
Yeah, go.
3, 2, 1, go! What is it?
I'm going inside.
We need the kill.
You got him. I see him.
Let's go! Why is he dead?
Behind you.
In the grand finals, they dominated day 1, but on day 2, they started to get contested by a lot of teams, resulting in them not making a single endgame. But with the huge lead they had acquired in the first day, they still managed to win the whole tournament, making Tayson the first back-to-back FNCS winner. Even though they dominated this season, Tayson wanted to try out with more players. He ended up picking up iDrop and Mr. Savage, and even though they didn't place the best in cash cap, they qualified for the hits and ended up winning it. But in grand finals, everything took a quick turn and they only placed 8th, failing to be the first player to win 3 FNCSs in a row. So for the next season, he dropped Savage and iDrop, and picked up 4CR and FNCS winner Nate. And to show how dominant they were, they won their first 2 tournaments, so they were confident in winning this season FNCS, and after winning their hit once again, they managed to only get a 3rd place this time. which don't get me wrong, it's really good, but Tayson only wanted to win. And lucky for him, next FNCS was solo All-Stars, and only 90 players from Season 5 and Season 6 FNCS would qualify, so he was easily qualified after placing 8th and 3rd. I mentioned before that in Season 3, Tayson would grind his heart off to win, and this season would not be different, grinding more than anyone else, so heating up with the Fortnite coach Destiny Jesus and other pro players such as Reason and Bino. And after preparing for weeks, the day finally came, and after winning the last 1v1 in the final game, he came on top, winning over 150 grand, proving to everyone that he was still one of, if not the best, solo players of all time. And after that insane win, Season 7 FNCS was still trios, so he decided to team up with Reason and Bino. And after placing 2nd in the 3rd week, they skipped the hits and went directly into grand finals. But after placing 5th, which for Tayson is a bad performance, Reason and him decided to drop Bino and pick up Chapix as part of their new trio, but he ended up having his worst placement ever, placing 16th. For this season, FNCS Grand Royale was announced, and it had one of the biggest prize pools since the World Cup, so he made the decision of replacing Reason for FNCS winner Hen. So with his team ready, it was time to show off to the world that he was still one of the best players in the world. After an insanely close tournament, they came on top, walking away with 200 grand each. But now, after winning multiple solo and trio FNCSs, Chapter 3 was announced, with the main game mode being duos, so it was time to see if he could do it once again. For the first season, he duoed with Thomas HD, and after qualifying to the heats and making it to grand finals, they ended up in 3rd, missing out 2nd by just 1 point. And after some build with Thomas in Season 2, he reunited with his fellow ex-teammate Chapix. After placing 2nd in the first week, they guaranteed their spot in the grand finals. After battling out in the grand finals, they got beaten by Aqua and Bino with their classic aggressive high ground playstyle. On Season 3 they changed their spot from a Wraith Cave to a mid-match split, where they were contested, and it costed them placing 23rd in the grand finals. The FNCS Invitationals was coming up in Season 4, but after being contested by 2 of the best EU teams, they placed in 32nd. After duos was announced once again in Chapter 4, Merstach and Malibuca decided to split, so Tayson, seeing this opportunity, he teamed up with Merstach, and going to the finals, they had already placed multiple times in the top 5 in the Elite Cups, but after day 1 they were only in 7th, more than 100 points away from first place, and if they wanted to win, they would have to play better than they have ever played before. And by beating by just 1 point their old teammates Thomas and Malibuca, Tayson got his 6th FNCS title and qualifying themselves for the FNCS Global Championships. In Season 2, they would stick together and ended up placing second, getting beaten by Quisi and Beno, who won 6 out of the 12 games. And going to Season 3 FNCS, he had his worst performance so far this year, placing in 15th. And finally going to the FNCS Global Championships, they had another mediocre placement for Tayson, coming in 15th place once again. Throughout Tayson's career, he has shown that with dedication everything is possible, and will always pay off, and has left a forever mark in this game, as one of the best Fortnite players ever. If you guys have enjoyed this story, make sure to subscribe and like the video. Also let me know which pro player you'd like to hear about next. Until then, peace out.